Act 5 of the Basset-Table by Susanna Centlivre. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Act 5. Enter Sir James on one side and Lady Reveller on the other.
Sir James, what have you done with that rude porpoise?
He has gone to your uncle's apartment, madam, I suppose. I was in pain till I knew how your ladyship did after your fright.
Really, Sir James, the fellow has put me into the spleen by his ill manners. My stars, that there should be such an unpolished piece of humanity to be put in that disorder for losing his money to us women. I was apprehensive he would have beat me.
Your ladyship must impute his ill-breeding to the want of conversation with your sex. But he is a man of honour with his own, I assure you.
I hate out-of-fashioned honour. But where's the company, Sir James? Shan't we play again?
All dispersed, madam.
Come, you and I will go to piquet then.
Oh, I'm tired with cards, madam. Can't you think of some other diversion to pass a cheerful hour? I could tell you one, if you'd give me leave.
Of your own invention? Then it must be a pleasant one.
Oh, the pleasantest one in the world.
What is it, I pray?
Love, love, my dear charmer.
Approaches her.
Oh, Cupid! How came that in your head?
Nay, 'tis in my heart. And except you pity me, the wound is mortal.
Is Sir James got into Lord Worthy's class? You that could tell me I should not have such a large theme for my diversion. Were you to take his place? What? And is the gay, the airy, the witty, inconstant Sir James overtaken?
Very true, madam. You see there is no jesting with fire. Will you be so kind?
Gets between her and the door.
Kind? What a dismal sound was there! I'm afraid your fever's high, Sir James.
If you think so, madam, 'tis time to apply cooling medicines.
Locks the door.
Ha! What insolence is this? The door locked? What do you mean, Sir James?
Oh, 'tis something indecent to name it, madam, but I intend to show you.
Lays hold on her.
Unhand me, villain, or I'll cry out.
Do, and make yourself the jest of servants. Expose your reputation to their vile tongues, which, if you please, shall remain safe within my breast. But if with your own noise you blast it, here I bid defiance to all honour and secrecy, and the first man that enters dies.
Struggles with her.
Oh, what shall I do? Instruct me, heaven! Monster! Is this your friendship to my lord? And can you wrong the woman he adores?
Ay, but the woman does not care a souse for him, and therefore he has no right above me. I love you as much, and will possess.
Oh, hold! Kill me rather than destroy my honour. What devil has debauched your temper? Oh, how has my carriage drawn this curse upon me? What have I done to give you this cause to think you ever should succeed this hated way?
Why this question, madam? Can a lady that loves play so passionately as you do, that takes as much pains to draw men in to lose their money as a town miss to their destruction, that caresses all sorts of people for your interest, that divides your time between your toilette and basset-table, can you, I say, boast of innate virtue? Fie, fie! I am sure you must have guessed for what I played so deep. We never part with our money without design, or writing fool upon our foreheads. Therefore no more of this resistance, except you would have more money.
Horrid!
There was 50 guineas in that purse, madam. Here's 50 more. Money shall be no dispute.
Offers her money. Lady Reveller strikes it down.
Perish your money with yourself, you villain! There! Take your boasted favours, which I resolved before to have paid in specie. Basest of men, I'll have your life for this affront. Oh, within there!
Hush, Faith, you'll raise the house.
Lays hold on her.
And 'tis in vain. You're mine, nor will I quit this room till I'm possessed.
Struggles.
Raise the house! I'll raise the world in my defence! Help! Murther! A rape!
Enter Lord Worthy from another room with his sword drawn.
Ha! Villain, unhand the lady, or this moment is thy last.
Villain, back, my lord. Follow me.
Exit.
By the bright sun that shines, you shall not go. No, you've saved my virtue, and I will preserve your life. Let the vile wretch be punished by viler hands. Yours shall not be profaned with blood so base, if I have any power.
Shall the traitor live? Though your barbarous usage does not merit this from me, yet in consideration that I loved you once, I will chastise his insolence.
Once? Oh, say not once. Do you not love me still? Oh, how pure your soul appears to me above that detested wretch.
Sir James, peeping.
It takes as I could wish.
Yet how have I been slighted? Every fop preferred to me. Now you discover what inconveniency your gaming has brought you into. This from me would have been unpardonable advice. Now you have proved it at your own expense.
I have, and hate myself for all my folly. Oh, forgive me, and if still you think me worthy of your heart, I here return you mine, and will this hour sign it with my hand.
How I applaud myself for this contrivance.
Oh, the transporting joy! It is the only happiness I covet here. Haste then, my charmer, haste the longed-for bliss. The happiest minute of my life is this.
Exit.
How am I censured now for doing this lady a piece of service, enforcing that upon her, which only her vanity and pride restrained. So blushing maids refuse the courted joy, though wishing eyes and pressing hands comply, till by some stratagem the lover gains what she denied to all his amorous pains.
As Sir James is going off, enter Lady Lucy meeting him.
Ah, Lady Lucy! Having succeeded from my friend, who knows but this may be my lucky minute too? Madam, you come opportunely to hear.
Takes her by the hand.
Stand off, basest of men. I have heard too much. Couldst thou choose no house but this to act thy villainies in? And couldst thou offer vows to me when thy heart, poisoned with vicious thoughts, harboured this design against my family?
Very fine. Faith, this is like to be my lucky minute with a witness. But, madam—
Offer no excuse. 'Tis height of impudence to look me in the face.
Sir James, aside.
Egad, she loves me. Ah, happy rogue! This concern can proceed from nothing else.
My heart, till now unused to passion, swells with this affront. Would reproach thee, would reproach myself for having harboured one favourable thought of thee.
Why did you, madam? Egad, I owe more to her anger than ever I did to her morals.
Ha! What have I said?
The only kind word you ever uttered.
Yes, impostor. Know to thy confusion that I did love thee, and fancied I discovered some seeds of virtue amongst that heap of wickedness. but this last action has betrayed the fond mistake, and showed thou art all o'er fiend.
Give me leave, madam.
Think not this confession meant to advance thy impious love, but hear my final resolution.
Egad, I must hear it, I find, for there's no stopping her.
From this moment I'll never.
Sir James, clapping his hand before her mouth.
Nay, nay, nay. After sentence no criminal is allowed to plead. Therefore I will be heard. Not guilty, madam, by... if I don't prove that this is all a stratagem, contrived, studied, designed, persecuted, and put in execution to reclaim your cousin, and give my lord possession, may you finish your curse, and I be doomed to everlasting absence. Egad, I'm out of breath.
Oh, couldst thou prove this?
I can. If by the proof you'll make me happy, my lord shall convince you.
To him I will refer it. On this truth your hopes depend. In vain we strive our passions to conceal. Our very passions do our loves reveal. When once the heart yields to the tyrant's sway, the eyes our tongue will soon the flame betray.
Exit.
I was never out at a critical minute in my life.
Enter Mr Sygo and 2 bailiffs, meeting Alpew.
Harkye, mistress, is my wife here?
Truly I shan't give myself the trouble of seeking her for him, now she has lost all her money. Your wife is a very indiscreet person, sir.
I'm afraid I shall find it so to my cost.
Come, come, sir. We can't wait all day. The actions are £1,000. You shall have time to send for bail, and what friends you please.
£1,000?
Enter Mrs Sygo.
Oh, lambkin, have you spent me £1,000?
Who, I, Pud? Oh, undone forever.
Pud me no pud. Do you owe Mr Taby the mercer £200, huh?
I don't know the sum, dear Pud, but I do owe him something, but I believe he made me pay too dear.
O thou wolfkin instead of lambkin, for thou hast devoured my substance. And dost thou owe Mr Dollar the goldsmith £300? Dost thou? Huh? Speak, tigress.
Sure it can't be quite £300.
Thou island crocodile, thou! And dost thou owe Ratsbane the vintner £100? And were those hampers of wine which I received so joyfully sent by thyself to thyself, huh?
Yes, indeed, Puddy. I beg your pardon.
And why didst thou not tell me of them, thou rattlesnake? For they say they have sent 100 times for their money, else I had not been arrested in my shop.
Because I was afraid, dear Puddy.
But wert thou not afraid to ruin me, though, dear Pud? I need ask thee no more questions, thou serpent in petticoats. Did I dote upon thee for this? Here's a bill from Calico the linen draper, another from Setwell the jeweller, from Coupler a mantua maker, and Pimpwell the milliner, a tribe of locusts enough to undo a Lord Mayor.
I hope not. Truly, dearie, I'm sure that's all.
All with a pox. No, Mrs. Jezebel, that's not all. There's £200 due to myself for tea, coffee, and chocolate, which my journeyman has confessed since your roguery came out, that you have embezzled, hussy, you have. So this comes of your keeping quality company. E'en let them keep you now, for I have done with you. You shall come no more within my doors, I promise you.
Oh, kill me rather. I never did it with design to part with you, indeed, Puddy.
No, I believe not. whilst I was worth a groat. Oh!
Enter Sir James.
How? Mrs. Sago in tears, and my honest friend in ruffian's hands? The meaning of this?
Oh, Sir James, my hypocritical wife is as much a wife as any wife in the city. I'm arrested here in an action of £1,000 that she has taken up goods for and gamed away. Get out of my sight! Get out of my sight, I say!
Indeed and indeed! Oh, dear Puddy! But I cannot. No, here I will hang forever on this neck.
Flies about his neck.
Help! Murder! Murder! Why, what will you collar me?
Right, woman. I must try to make up this breach. Oh, Mr. Sago, you are unkind. 'Tis pure love that thus transports your wife, and not such base designs as you complain of.
Yes, and she run me in debt out of pure love too, no doubt.
So it was, Pud.
What was it, mistress, out of love to me that you have undone me? Thou, I don't know what to call thee bad enough.
You won't hear your Kiki out, dear Pud. It was not out of love for play, but for love to you, dear Pud. If you'll forgive me, I'll never play again.
Nay, now, sir, you must forgive her.
What? Forgive her that would send me to jail?
No, there's no danger of that. I'll bail you, Mr. Sago, and try to compound those debts. You know me, officers.
Very well, Sir James. Your worship's word is sufficient.
There's your fees, then. Leave here your prisoner. I'll see him forthcoming.
With all our hearts, your servant, sir.
Exit.
Ah, thou wicked woman! How have I doted on those eyes! How often have I kneeled to kiss that hand! Is this not true, Kiki?
Yes, dearie, I do confess it.
Did I ever refuse to grant whatever thou asked me?
No, never, Pud.
Mightst not thou have eaten gold, as the saying is, Oh, Kiki, Kiki!
Leave crying, and wheedle him, madam, wheedle him.
I do confess it. And can't you forgive your Kiki, then, that you have been so tender of, that you so often confessed your heart has jumped up to your mouth when you have heard my beauty praised?
So it is as I profess, Sir James. I begin to melt. I do. I am a good-natured fool, that's the truth on't. But if I should forgive you, what would you do to make me amends? For that fair face, if I turn you out of doors, will quickly be a cheaper drug than any in my shop.
And not maintain her half so well?
To Mrs. Sago.
Promise largely, madam.
I love you forever, dearie.
But you'll jig to Covent Garden again.
No, indeed. I won't come within the air on it, but take up with city acquaintance, rail at the court, and go twice a week with Mrs. Outside to Pinmaker's Hall.
That would rejoice my heart.
Ready to weep.
See, if the good man is not ready to weep, your last promise has conquered. Come, buss and be friends, and end the matter.
Aside.
I'm glad the quarrel is made up, or I had had her upon my hands.
Pud, don't you hear Sir James, Pud?
I can hold no longer. Yes, I do hear him. Come then to the arms of thy known Pud.
Run into one another's arms.
Now, all's well. And for your comfort, Lady Rebeller is by this time married to my Lord Worthy, and there will be no more gaming, I assure you, in that house.
Joys upon joys! Now if these debts were but accommodated, I should be happier than ever. I should indeed, Kiki.
Leave that to me, Mr. Sago. I have won part of your wife's money, and will that way restore it you.
I thank you, good Sir James. I believe you are the first gamester that ever refunded.
Generously done. Fortune has brought me off this time, and I'll never trust her more.
But see, the bride and bridegroom.
Enter Lord Worthy and Lady Reveller, Lady Lucy, Buckle, and Alpew.
This match which I have now been witness to is what I long have wished. Your course of life must of necessity be changed.
Ha! Sir James here! Ha! If you love me, my lord, let us avoid this brute. You must not meet him.
Oh, there's no danger, madam. My lord, I wish you joy with all my heart. We only quarrelled to make you friends, madam.
What? Am I tricked into marriage, then?
Not against your will, I hope.
No, I forgive you, though had I been aware of it, it should have cost you a little more pains.
I wish I could return thy plot, and make this lady thine, Sir James.
Then I should be paid with interest, my lord.
My fault is consideration, you know. I must think a little longer on't.
And my whole study shall be to improve those thoughts to my own advantage.
I wish your ladyship joy, and hope I shall keep my Kiki to myself now.
With all my heart, Mr. Sago. She has had ill luck of late, which I am sorry for.
My Lord Worthy will confine your ladyship from play as well as I, and my injunction will be more easy when I have your example.
Nay, 'tis time to throw up the cards when the game's out.
Enter Sir Richard, Captain Firebrand, Mr. Lovely, and Valeria.
Well, Sir James, the danger's over. We have doubled the Cape, and my kinsman is sailing directly to the port.
A bon voyage.
'Tis done, and my heart is at ease. Did you ever see such a perverse baggage? Look in his face, I say, and thank your stars, for their blessed influences gave you this husband.
Will not Valeria look upon me? She used to be more kind when we have fished for eels in vinegar.
My lovely, is it thee? And has natural sympathy forborne to inform my sense thus long?
Flies to him.
How, this lovely? What does it prove, the ensign I have so carefully avoided?
Yes, sir, the same. I hope you may be brought to like a land soldier as well as a seaman.
And, Captain, have you done this?
Yes, faith. She was too whimsical for our element. Her hard words might have conjured up a storm for aught I know. So I have set her ashore.
What? My uncle deceived with his stock of wisdom?
Here's such a coupling, Miss Alpew. Hadn't you a month's mind?
Not to you, I assure you.
I was but in jest, child. Say nay when you're asked.
The principal part of this plot was mine, Sir Richard.
Sir Richard, aside.
Would 'twas in my power to hang you for it.
And I have no reason to doubt you should repent it. He is a gentleman, though a younger brother. He loves your daughter, and she him, which has the best face of happiness in a married state. You like a man of honour, and he has as much as any one. That I assure you, Sir Richard.
Well, since what's past is past, recall I had as good be satisfied as not. Therefore take her, and bless ye together.
So now each man's wish is crowned, but mine with double joy.
Well said, Sir Richard. Let's have a bowl of punch, and drink to the bridegroom's good voyage tonight. Steady, steady.
I'll take a glass with you, Captain. I reckon myself a bridegroom, too.
Buckle, aside.
I doubt Kiki won't find him such.
Well, poor Kiki's bound to good behaviour, or she has quite lost her puddy's favour. Shall I for this repine at fortune? No, I'm glad at heart that I'm forgiven so. Some neighbours' wives have but too lately shown, when spouse had left them, all their friends were flown. Then all you wives that would avoid my fate, remain contented with your present state.
End of Act 5. The Epilogue.
This goodly fabric, to a gazing tar, seems fore and aft a three-decked man of war. Abaft the holds the pit, from thence look up aloft. That's Swabber's nest, that's the maintop. Side boxes manned with bow and modish rake are like the forecastle and quarter-deck. Those dark disguised, adventurous, black-nosed few may pass for gunners or a fire-ship's crew. Some come like privateers, a prize to seize, and catch the French within the narrow seas. The orange ladies, virgins of renown, are powder monkeys running up and down. We've here our calms, our storms, and prosperous gales, or shift our scenes as seamen shift their sails. The ship's well manned, and not ill-womaned neither. So ballasted and stowed, my lads, she'll bear the weather. But greater dangers venturing players alarm. This night's engagement's worse than any storm. The poet's captain, but half dead with fright, she leaves her officers to maintain the fight. Yond middle tier, with 18-pounders, maul us. That upper deck with great and small shot gall us. But from this lower tier most harm befalls. There's no opposing their prevailing balls. At either foe or friend their chain-shot flies. We sink or swim, we conquer, fall or rise. To fit and rig our ships much pains we take. Grant we may now a saving voyage make. Here we're embarked, and as you smile or frown, you are our stars. By you we live or drown.
End of the Basset-Table by Susanna Centlivre.